Hello, I'm Amber. Welcome back to my fuzzy life. So today I have a Dooney and Bourke bag it's been like a bucket list bag for me for the past several months. Several months ago, I saw someone do an unboxing video and I just instantly fell in love with the bag. I thought it was one of the most beautiful bags I've ever seen and I really wanted one. And I watched countless hours of content about these bags. And it's the Dooney and Bourke Florentine satchel bag. And so I have watched no telling how many hours and hours and hours of content about these bags. And in every single video, the weight is always mentioned. The Florentine leather, how heavy Florentine leather is. So many people have said that they love the bag and then they ultimately ended up either returning the bag or selling the bag because the weight was just too much and they couldn't carry it comfortably. And I figured I would be in that category because I have back and shoulder issues. And so I just kind of tried to make peace with the fact that this is not a bag for me. But, you know, the heart wants what the heart wants. And so, you know, I got one. I got it. So this is the micro size. So I think it was last week when I got on the I Love Dooney website and noticed that number one, the price on this bag was the lowest I have seen it since I've been looking at them. And it was finally within my budget. That was another thing too. These bags were outside of my budget. So I went to I Love Dooney and saw that it was within my budget. I also noticed that the micro and the mini sizes were the same price. So I was like, I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get the mini. And if I have to take Advil to carry it, I will, because I wanted it that bad. But I got to looking at the size comparison, and then I started watching a lot of videos of comparisons between the micro and the mini. And I realized that there's not a huge difference in the size between the two. That they're both the same height, they're the same width. The only difference is that the mini is about maybe like 1.5 inches longer. And then the opening is a little bigger. But, you know, I thought, I'm a little worried about the mini being a little heavy. I think I could do with the micro. But actually the micro has a feature that the mini doesn't that actually pushed me all the way over into Team Micro. So I'll show y'all that later when get to that part of the bag. But let's look at it. So when I went on there to make the purchase, I really wanted, my first choice would have been natural, the color natural, but they did not have this bag in that color. So my second choice was the brown Timoro, and they had that. And I'm so happy with it. It's just an absolutely beautiful dark chocolate brown. It's just a beautiful color. I don't know, you know, the depth and the richness of the color don't really come across on the screen, but it's just gorgeous. So let's talk about the size of it. So lengthwise, and these are the measurements from the I Love Dooney website. Lengthwise, this is 10 inches across. From here to here is 7 inches. And then the width here is 5.5 inches. So I'm referring to notes because I wanted to make sure I covered everything. So I've been carrying this for a few days. And when I went to work with it the first day, I put it on the scale because I was shocked when I picked up the box at how light it is, and it's not a heavy bag. Not like I was expecting it to be for Florentine leather. Even this size, I was expecting it to be weighty, but it's not. When I got to work, I took everything out of my bag and I put it on our postage scale, and it came in at just under 2 pounds. It's not a digital scale; it has the little hand on it, and it was just barely under 2 pounds. So this bag is not even 2 pounds. Then I put all my stuff back in it, and it was just barely over 3 pounds. So my carry in this bag is about 3 pounds. So let's take a look at the hardware. It is, you know, this brassy color. I think this is just such a pretty color. I think it looks really great on this bag. The zip tab up here, what is this called? Tape. The zipper tape up here is red. So I think it's a, you know, it's a nice little pop of color. The zipper tab is braided, which I really love that detail. And I like the tassels. They have the green on the underside. I really love the tassels a lot. I think the tassels give it a nice little zhuzh, you know. And it has the leather Dooney patch on here. The stitching on here is a light tan color, and it's just beautiful all over the bag. It's got feet on the bottom, 4 feet on the bottom. This bag, the leather, this does have some striations on the back of the leather, on the back of the bag, on this leather, but you know, I don't mind that. You know, I kept, in a lot of different videos, people were talking about the leather being smooth and whatnot. And this is a smooth leather, but I don't really know what they mean by smooth, because this does have some texture to it. I think this is a pretty smooth leather, but it's not pebbled for sure, but it does have texture to it. So I think it's just beautiful. And the handles have a black whip stitching. And so y'all, I just think it's just a gorgeous bag. So before I get started on opening it and everything, I want to do a size comparison with the Coach regular Rowan. So y'all, I'm not going to whip out the measurements on this, but I'm just going to do a visual comparison. So if this is, you know, if you're going to stuff it up to here, you can. But if it's laying over like this, which is, you know, how most people prefer to carry it, I think you're going to, it's about comparable in height to this, you know, available space on the inside. And then it's about the same length. So if you're wondering like how much the micro Florentine satchel will hold, it'll hold as much as a regular size Coach Rowan. They're about the same size. So let's open it. So y'all, the opening is 7.5 inches. And this is a con other than the weight of these bags. The opening is something I hear people talk about, that, you know, one of the things they don't care for is the opening, because the opening is small. So it's all the way open on this side, but on this side it stops right here. So you don't get that full opening right there. And the smaller the bag, the harder it is to get inside. But I have no problem getting in this bag. And I have frequently had both hands in this bag this week, you know, looking for, like, basically holding it open with one hand like this and looking around in it for something. I have had not the first bit of problem getting in and out of this bag. The only thing is, it might be a little bit hard to show y'all all of the inside. But so the top of it has the suede, the green suede at the top of the opening. And then the inside is the red lining. And it has the standard Dooney setup. So the back of the bag has the zip slip pocket back there, and then the front wall has just one slip pocket that goes all the way across the front, all the way across the length of the bag. And then there is the key leash in here. So let's see what fits in here. So I did downsize my SLGs because I knew that the space in here would be limited, and you know, because it is a good size in here. You can actually fit quite a lot in here, but because of the weight of the bag and because of the smaller opening and everything, I downsized my SLGs. So instead of the wallet, the full wallet I was using, which reminds me, before I get into this, let me show y'all. So will a full-size wallet fit in here? So y'all, this is such a shame because I just thrifted this for a few dollars. Brand new. I had one little smudge on here that water got off, and it's brand new, never been used, still has the tags and the ticket inside. But will it fit in here? Yes, it will. But you have to finagle it. You can't just lift it in and out. And then once you get other things in the bag, it makes it even more difficult. And you know, it's a shame. I hate it because look, that would have been so cute together. But I put all of my stuff. I switched it from my Coach Win wallet, which was, you know, a little bulky wallet, to my Kate Spade card wallet. And I am going to put it in this slip pocket along the front of the bag. This is where I've been carrying it, is in this slip pocket in here where I can easily get to it. So next I'm going to put in my purse planner. And I downsized from my large corner zip wristlet from Coach to my Baggu Go pouch. This is the smallest size, and so in here I have my lipsticks and dental floss and nail file, and I still have plenty of room to put any other little things in here I want. And I'm going to put that right in there. And then I have this. This is, I just unboxed this in a recent video. This is the Dooney and Bourke Kirby Medium Wristlet. So in here I have all of my little medicines and stuff that usually I keep in here, but it actually keeps this pretty bulky. And when I put it in here, it still keeps a slim profile. So I think this is going to be my permanent drugstore because it just works so perfectly for that. And y'all, there's still tons of space back here. So I've got my pen pouch. Goes down back there. Here are my AirPods in my Portland Leather Goods taco keychain in the color Tulip. And I have tucked it over here to the side. And the last thing that's going in here are my keys that I'm going to put on my key leash because I love me a key leash. And y'all, there's still room in here to put things if I want to. There's still little nooks and crannies. I still have about this much room to the side over here. But there is plenty of room in here. But this is pretty much my standard essential carry. I might throw some gum in here. But again, I have no problems reaching in here to get anything out. None at all. And if I want to, you know, kind of hold it open or, you know, kind of do anything, like I said, I have had both hands in here at the same time plenty of times this week, and I have not had the first bit of problem with this opening being too small. Now, I don't have big hands. I think I have average size hands, but still, I have not had the first bit of problem. So let's talk about the strap. So y'all, this strap was the deciding factor for me because the strap has 3 sections to it. So I'm going to attach it right now. I have got this strap extended all the way out to its full maximum length because this is the best length for me to wear as a crossbody. On the website, it says the strap length is 23 inches, but when I measured this fully extended, it said 48. So let's see what this looks like. Let me see if I can. So for me to wear this as a crossbody bag, it hits me exactly where I would want it to, which is a perfect length. If I tried carrying it at this length as a shoulder bag, it would hit way down here, which I do like bags to be way down here, but you know what I have found is that, that I can't sit down in a chair apparently, is that the heavier a bag is, the longer it hangs on my body, the heavier it feels. So, which is exactly why this bag, the strap on this bag won me over. Because, so the micro and the nano are the only two Florentine satchels that have the 3-part strap. So you can remove this middle part. You can take that completely out and then put the 2 remaining parts together, and I'm putting it on the longest length. And y'all look at this. This is how I've been wearing it all week, like this. This is my perfect carry, and it doesn't feel as heavy carrying it on this length as it did when I had it fully extended, 48 inches or whatever. But I have been carrying it like this all week. Now, I have not yet carried it for a really lengthy time. The longest I've had it on my shoulder is about 15 minutes at the grocery store the other day. But, a lot of times when we're carrying stuff on shoulder straps, we're constantly, sometimes it's slipping off. We're just kind of constantly messing with it because it's slipping, or maybe it is heavy and we're just trying to find a comfortable spot, reposition it to a spot that's not dragging. Or, I find myself frequently when I'm carrying shoulder bags, readjusting, messing with it, moving the bag around, trying to get it comfortable. I didn't do any of that when I was carrying this in the grocery store for 15 minutes. I wasn't even really fully aware. It was not even registering to me that it was, that I was carrying this. So this is my permanent way I'm carrying this bag. So I know that the smaller the bag is, the longer it takes for this to relax. So I'm waiting on that to happen. Someone had said that if you fold up a towel, roll up a towel and put it in here like this, it would help it lay down quicker. So I've done that a couple of times. I don't really like that. It doesn't seem like it's, folding down naturally to me. So I'm just gonna wait and use the heck out of it and wait until it folds down on its own. But y'all, I love this bag. I'm so glad I got it. It is everything that I could have hoped it would be. I am not the least bit disappointed. Fantasy versus reality. Yeah, it lives up to the hype I had built up in my head about it. I have just enjoyed carrying this bag so much. And the only thing is that, don't carry it in the rain. And we've had rain the past couple of days. So I didn't get to carry it today. And yesterday I did carry it. And then while I was out, it started raining. So I just left it in the car and grabbed my wallet and keys out of it. But yeah, so that's the only downside is really, not carrying these bags out in the rain. But, this is just beautiful. I'm so glad I got it. Y'all keep watching I Love Dooney because their prices are going up and down every day, like drastically. I had a bag in my cart for the past week for $169, and yesterday morning I got up and it was $99. So of course I got that. But keep on watching I Love Dooney because they're having some really good sales right now, and their prices are drastically going up daily and down daily. So, but this is it. This is my Dooney and Bourke Florentine satchel. in the micro size. And I just am so pleased with it, so happy that I got it, and that I took a chance on it. And that's it. So y'all take care. Thank you so much for watching.